Hola muchachos, hello guys, and welcome to our fourth video. This video is quite simple. It's just going to be an introduction to our very first vocabulary list, okay? Primera lista de vocabulario. La clase. First vocabulary list. The classroom. These are just some basic elements of any classroom that are very important for any class whatsoever that might take place in there, not just the Spanish class. And we are going to use these first basic words as an introduction to Spanish vocabulary. This is the way that each of the slides is going to work. Each word has its own slide. First we have an image. Then we have the word in Spanish. In this case, it's profesor. Profesor. And you will notice that below the word, the written word in Spanish, we have also a letter between parentheses. In this case, it's an M. What does this mean? Well, I hope you remember from the last video that every word in Spanish, every noun in Spanish has a gender, right? So in this case, the gender of profesor is masculine. That is what this letter between parentheses below the word will mean. In this video and in all videos that will introduce vocabulary of nouns in Spanish, okay? So profesor, masculino. And then the third element of each vocabulary slide will be a translation of the Spanish between brackets. Okay? But what I want us to focus on is, for obvious reasons, the Spanish word, its gender, and its pronunciation. Okay? So once more, profesor. Profesor. And notice that this means a male professor. Siguiente palabra. Profesora. Profesora. It means, of course, a female professor. Notice that this one ends in a, right? So it follows that basic rule that we saw in the last video, but always remember that not all Spanish words follow that rule. This one happens to do so. Right? Siguiente palabra. Pizarra. Pizarra. This one is quite useful for practicing rolling your R's, right? Notice that we have the double R in between the A's, so we have to roll the R's real hard. Pizarra. It means, of course, blackboard. I hope you're repeating with me as I pronounce these words. Pizarra. Siguiente palabra. Tablero. Tablero. It means whiteboard. Tablero. Yes, I know. A whiteboard is masculine, a blackboard is feminine. Peculiar. I know, Spanish is peculiar sometimes with its genders. Siguiente palabra. Puerta. Puerta. It means door. Puerta. Siguiente palabra. Ventana. Ventana means window. Ventana. Ventana. Siguiente palabra. Diccionario. Diccionario. Notice what happens here with the double C, right? This word has a double C. The first C has the hard sound. The second C has the soft sound. S. Diccionario. Diccionario. This always happens with double C's in Spanish. Diccionario. Practice that pronunciation, please. Diccionario. And of course we know what it means. It means dictionary. Siguiente palabra. Reloj. Reloj. Roll your R's again. Reloj. Means clock. I'm rolling my R's because this R is at the beginning, right? Reloj. Reloj. Siguiente palabra. Estante. Estante. I hope the image makes sense. This means shelf. Estantes, of course, will be shelves, but we will see that later. Siguiente palabra, compañero de clase. Compañero de clase. You can practice your ñ a little with this one. Compañero de clase, which means male classmate. Male classmate. How would you say female classmate? Well, compañera de clase. Compañera de clase means female classmate. Siguiente palabra. Papel. Papel. Means, of course, paper. Siguiente palabra. This is a long one. Escritorio. Escritorio. Means, of course, desk. Let's pronounce it again. Escritorio. Otra palabra. Silla. Silla. Notice the double L, and remember that when you have two L's in Spanish, they sound J, right? That happens with this word, which is a very common word. Silla means, of course, chair. Silla. Otra palabra. Mesa. Mesa means table. Mesa. Nueva palabra. Libro. Libro. It means book. Otra palabra más. Mochila. Mochila. This is a backpack. Mochila. Otra palabra. Cuaderno. Cuaderno. I hope the image is clear. This is a notebook. Cuaderno. Cuaderno. Nueva palabra. Calculadora. Calculadora. Of course, it means calculator, right? It's one of those words that are very similar in English and Spanish. Calculadora. Siguiente palabra. In fact, this is two words because we have two words for this, two very similar words. We have computadora, computadora, or also computador, computador. Either of those is fine for referring to a computer. Notice, of course, that one of them is feminine and the other one is masculine, right? I would say that the use of computador or computadora depends on where you come from, right? Myself being Colombian, I tend to use computador, but I know that, for example, people from Spain tend to say computadora, okay? But either of these will be understood by any Spanish speaker. Computador, computadora, which means, of course, computer. Siguiente palabra, bolígrafo. Bolígrafo. I really hope you're practicing with me and that you're trying to pronounce those very open vowels of Spanish, right? Bolígrafo means pen. Bolígrafo. Nueva palabra. Lápiz. Lápiz means pencil, of course. Lápiz. Otra palabra más. Marcador. Marcador. Marcador means, of course, marker. Marcador. Siguiente palabra. I know we saw this image again, but we can refer to this guy with a different word, which is very useful. Estudiante. Estudiante. Which means, of course, male student. Estudiante. How about a female student? Well, also estudiante. Estudiante. So, student, whether male or female, is estudiante. I know, how can you tell if the student is male or female? Well, we will see that shortly. Okay? So that is our first vocab list. Now, whenever I present you with one of these, of course, it means it's official vocabulary of our class, so it needs to be memorized. Very, very important. Don't memorize just the word. Memorize the gender also. Because very, very soon you will learn that the gender of nouns in Spanish is extremely important, okay? So don't learn just marcador. Learn that marcador is masculine. Don't learn just ventana. Learn that ventana is feminine, and so on, okay? Gracias, muchachos. Hasta luego.